3:15 in the morning, the alarm is screaming. 60 men locked behind 60 doors, and a guard is counting beds. In your fist is a phone the size of a thumb. If they find it, you will spend your entire life in prison. You have 5 seconds. 14 years earlier, you are 19 and this is your first day. 19 years old. Sentence, 4 years. For a stolen car and 1 bad Tuesday. In the transport line, cuffed to your wrist, is a kid your age called Rico, arrested the same night, shaking the same way you are. They take your clothes, your shoelaces, and your name. You are a number now. Your first hour on the yard, you learn the map the only way you can, by walking wrong. You cross a line that isn't painted anywhere, and a man steps into your path and stares until you back up. Nobody explains the borders, everybody watches whether you already know them. That night, there are 2 packets of noodles on your bunk, 50 cents. You haven't eaten since the county jail, and something in your gut says, nothing in here is free. Whoever left these is not feeding you. He is buying you. Eat them, and by Friday, you owe him 4. You put them back, and you sleep hungry. Day 4, the mess hall. A man twice your size lifts your tray off the table and walks. The room goes quiet, and the only way a room goes quiet is when everyone is expecting something. Sit still, and you are prey for 4 years. Swing, and you lose. He knows it, you know it, the room knows it, you swing. It costs you a split lip and 9 days in a concrete box, but you come out of week 1 owning exactly one thing, yourself. A man with gray in his beard sits down across from you at breakfast. They call him Silva, 11 years inside. Men half his age go quiet when he passes. He saw you swing. He offers you a family, protection, food, someone who knows your name. The price is everything. Their enemies become your enemies. Their orders become your orders. Blood in, blood out. And you say, no. You've done the math. 4 years, head down, no debts, no wars. You can do this alone. Here is what alone gets you. Day 22, the bag with everything you own, food, soap, batteries, is lifted out of your hands, slowly, in front of everyone, by 2 men who don't even bother to look around. Day 25, your bunk is flipped and the photos from home are gone. Day 28, your tray again, 3 of them this time, and nobody nods at you afterwards, because out here, you are not a person. You are an unclaimed resource. Everything you own, including you, belongs to whoever reaches first. Week 5, you sit down across from Silva. He lets the silence run. He makes you say the whole sentence, out loud. I want in. Nobody recruited you. The yard recruited you. For 3 months, you are furniture with legs. You hold packages you do not open. You stand in corners and learn every uniform's walking rhythm. You pay tax, 2 packs a week up the ladder, and nobody thanks you. Then, your real test walks up wearing a smile. A lieutenant hands you a folded pouch and walks away. No instructions. Inside, $400 in postage stamps. The closest thing to cash this place has. You hold it for 6 days. Nobody asks about it. They know exactly what is in that pouch. They are waiting to find out what is in you. Day 7, you hand it back, untouched. Silva counts it in front of you, slowly, and then, for the second time, he nods. There is no ceremony. Somebody just says your name differently at dinner, and 600 men adjust. Year 1, you get the store. There is no money in here, so the yard invented its own. Soups, stamps, coffee, and one law, carved in stone. Borrow 1, pay back 2. Monday, you lend a man 2 soups. Commissary day, he owes you 4. He pays. The next man pays. Your ledger grows. Then a man doesn't pay. And you learn your first lesson in management. His debt is not about him. Every man on this block is watching what happens next, because your prices are only real as long as everyone believes them. So you collect. You don't enjoy it. It doesn't matter whether you enjoy it. Month 9, you come back from the yard and the store is gone, cleaned out, everything. Word comes back the same night because word always does. It was a fish, 19 years old, 3 weeks inside, hungry, alone, stupid. You, 1 year ago, to the letter. Punish him, and you become the man you swung at in the mess hall. Let it go, and every debt on your ledger dies tonight, and the family collects the difference from you. You told yourself you'd never have this choice to make. Now you understand. You joined an arithmetic that does not care what you want. You give the order. You don't watch. Your store is never touched again, and you never eat noodles again either. Year 2. The real money is not in soups. A phone the size of a thumb costs $30 outside. Inside, you rent it out for $300 a month. Families, deals, the street, whoever controls phones controls the oxygen. Phones come in 3 ways: over the wall, through a visit, or in a lunchbox. The lunchbox belongs to a guard, $1,100 a month to watch you, and a car payment he can't make. Everybody knows because he complains about it on the block like you're not there. You offer him a month's salary to look away once. He says no. In November, his hours get cut. He comes back and names a number himself. From now on, he is on the payroll. He brings, you sell, everyone pretends. It is the most profitable thing you have ever built. And then, one Tuesday in spring, he's gone. No goodbye, no warning. A new guard walks the block, and this one doesn't complain about money. He watches. He writes things down. He looks at you half a second too long. For 3 weeks, you sell nothing, sleep badly, and rehearse answers to questions nobody asks. Does he know? Did the old one talk? Then, week 4, the new guard sets a lunchbox on the counter and names a number. The old guard didn't disappear. He got promoted and sold his route on the way out. That is the day you stop being afraid of the uniforms. The system doesn't fight the market, it joins it. Year 3, 4 in the morning, boots. 60 cells torn apart one by one. They walk straight to your bunk, straight to the vent, straight to the ledger. They are not guessing. Someone talked. In 90 seconds, you lose everything you built in 3 years. 2 phones, the store, the stock, the cash. They sit you in a concrete room and put a deal on the table. Names for years. Give a name and you are safe from the state and dead to the yard. Refuse and the phones become 4 more years. Sentence, 8 years. You refuse. 11 months later, you walk back onto the yard with nothing. Except every man out here knows you sat in that room and said nothing. You lost the store and bought the only thing in here that can't be stolen. Year 6. You don't hold anything anymore. Holding is for soldiers. You run 12 of them. Tuesday night, one of yours comes back from the showers with his face broken. A debt with another family. 12 men look at you and wait for one word. Tonight, they want that word to be go. Here is what nobody outside understands. War is the most expensive thing in here. Lockdown closes the store. Sweeps eat the phones. Blood brings investigators, and investigators bring years. So the next morning, on the bleachers, you sit down with the man whose soldiers did it, and you negotiate. You trade the debt away. You take a payment that doesn't cover the insult. Your own men call it weak, quietly. For a week, being in charge feels exactly like being alone. Then, their shot caller sends the payment across. Full, plus respect. The yard stays open. Everyone keeps earning. You came in a car thief. You have become the reason there is no war. Rico made soldier 2 years after you. The kid from your bus. The only person in here who knew you before all of it. 8 years of eating at the same table. In March, his name starts showing up on the visit list. On Wednesdays. Nobody gets visits on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are for lawyers. And for the other kind of visitor. You have 3 options and they are all terrible. Say nothing, and if he is talking, everyone falls. You first because you're closest. Warn him, and if it ever comes out that you knew, you fall with him. Report it up, and whatever happens next has your name on it forever. You pay the guard one last favor. Pull the visitor log. R. Alvarez, Special Investigations Unit. It's real. You report it up because the ledger in your chest does the arithmetic before you can stop it. And then you spend one more favor, the most expensive one of your life. 3 days before the family decides anything, Rico is transferred out. Protective custody, another facility, gone. The guard made one extra call. Nobody knows it was you. You never see him again. You tell yourself you had no choice. You will be telling yourself that for the rest of your sentence. Year 9. On a Tuesday, without warning, Silva is on a bus to a federal facility 2 states away. The vote takes 1 evening. Now the yard has a mayor, and it is you. Your word moves product through 3 prisons and 2 neighborhoods you have never walked. You haven't touched a phone in 6 years. You speak and other hands type. You eat first. Fights stop when you stand up. Some mornings, the guards ask you to calm a block down. You came in with 4 years. You have been here 9. And on a desk in a federal building sits a stack of paper that says you may never leave. Because the state has a word for what you built. Racketeering. They don't charge soldiers with it, they charge kings. The indictment lands in spring. 41 pages, your name on every one. They move you at 3 in the morning, the same hour you once heard boots as a fish. A cell the size of a parking space, 23 hours a day, no yard, no store, no voices. You ran 600 men. Now your entire kingdom is a slot in a steel door where the food comes in. And in the silence, you finally do the arithmetic you have been avoiding since you were 19. You joined so you would never be alone. Look around. Eventually, they need the bed. So one day, an old man walks back onto a yard. Nobody takes his tray. A bus stops behind 3 fences. A 19-year-old steps off with nothing in his pockets, shaking the way Rico was all those years ago. Tonight, someone will leave 2 packets of noodles on his bunk, and he will look across the yard for whoever runs it and find you. Blood in, blood out. This was your life as every rank of a prison gang.